What's going on, everybody? UCF Jaguar back with GenJag.com, and last Sunday the Jaguars traveled to Cleveland to face off against the Cleveland Browns, where they won an ugly game 19-7. It was cold, it was rainy, there was snow there. There was something that the northerner people call sleet. As a Florida boy, I don't really know what that is, but there was sleet there, a lot of wind, and it was just a really, really cold game. But the Jaguars were able to go up there, take care of business, take down the what are now the 0-10 Browns, as the Jaguars moved on to 7-3, and we are currently sitting at first place all by ourselves in the AFC South. So let's go ahead and discuss this game a little bit.
It's a foot race. Robinson and Browner, and it's Robinson who wins it. Touchdown, Jacksonville. His 14th win. Bortles with time, looking deep for Robinson, and the catch is
Going into this game, a lot of Jaguar fans saw this as a potential trap game. Mainly because the Jaguars are a good team, and whenever the good team has a chance to lose to a bad team, they call it a trap game. And you also had players like Deshaun Gibson coming out saying that he hopes we drop 40 on them. He was also talking about how he thinks the Cleveland Browns are going to go 0-16. And you had guys like D.D. Westbrook coming out saying how they're going to get 200 yards receiving in his debut. None of those things happened, but the Jaguars did accomplish their ultimate goal, and that was to get the win. Now, this was a game that was definitely won by the defense. The defense played absolutely incredible if you take away one drive. You had guys like Telvin Smith out there making a bunch of plays. He got an interception as well as a fumble recovery in the end zone for a touchdown. Yannick Ngakoue went out there and got 2.5 sacks, 2 of those being strip sacks. So in his career, he has 9 total strip sacks, and he also has 9 sacks on the season. So he's well into his way to get double-digit sacks on the year. Jordan Calais Campbell up there. Hopefully Dante Fowler will get up there too. I thought Malik Jackson had a really good game. AJ Boye tacked on an interception, and it was a really, really good game by the Jaguars defense, obviously. We really put the game in the defense's hands, and they prevailed for us. But you look at the offense, and they had some real struggles, especially in the passing game. Now, granted, there was like really, really bad weather, so it was like hard to throw the ball, and it was like really, really windy. The main thing is that Fournette really led our offense. If we didn't have Fournette, it would have been a lot tougher of a game to win, because he was really the only running back that was effective. I mean, you saw when Fournette went out and we put Ivory back in, Fournette's runs that would usually go for 3 or 4, Ivory came in there and only got like 1 yard off of them. So it wasn't the best game by Ivory. TJ Yeldon, of course, put the ball on the ground, and without Fournette, I think the whole game really would have changed, and gladly we did have Fournette, so we really didn't have to put the ball in the air too much. One thing that frustrated me this game was that really the offense wasn't that aggressive. It looked like we were being really passive with it, just running the ball, like not really going anywhere. And it did frustrate me at the time. But when I go back and look at it, the Jaguars won with the exact recipe that they wanted to win. And that's playing good defense, having a good run game, and not letting Blake Bortles turn over the ball. I think the Jaguars coaching staff saw this and said, okay, we are up 6 points. As long as we don't turn the ball over and give Cleveland a ball in favorable field position, then we'll be able to win this game. And that's a lot of what they were doing. I mean, you saw them running like a bunch of run plays, and they'd punt the ball off and then, basically give Cleveland the ball like in the 25-yard line or less. And that's how we won it, because we basically said, okay, we don't think that Kaiser will be able to put up a touchdown on our defense. We don't think that he'll be able to win the game, so we're going to make him do that. And that's what happened. Kaiser had like 4 or 5 turnovers. He'd have like a couple decent catches, or like a couple decent throws, but then the defense would come right back out and like force them out. And really, that offense could not do anything against our defense. And that's the way they wanted to win. You know what I mean? Like, we had the lead. We were running pretty effectively, but one thing that they did not want to do was put the ball in Blake Bortles' hands and have him get a turnover, a really untimely turnover, to be able to set up Cleveland in a good position to score a touchdown and potentially get a lead. One thing that I'm really liking when I see out of our defense is our run defense since we got Marcel Darius. We have been great at defending the run now. I mean, we're jumping up in like rankings. We were like 30th or something like that when we acquired him, and now we're like middle of the road, like 15, 16. We're only getting better. Like the 2 longest runs of the day by the Cleveland Browns were both by Deshaun Kaiser, where he had like a 10-yard run, like an 8-yard run. The presence of Marcel Dargis have also impacted Avery Jones and Malik Jackson, as both of them have been playing a lot better since we got him. It's really just a combination of having good competition and also just being able to have more good players rotate in that are always fresh. I guess to sum up this game, even though it was an ugly win, it was a win that the Jaguars front office between Tom Coughlin and Doug Marrone it was the way they've been saying that they wanted to win since they took over. Great defense, great run game, and don't turn the ball over. And that's what they did. I mean, we were so conservative in the second half, but we had that 6-point lead. And, I mean, if you put the ball in Blake Bortles' hands, you never know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? You don't need to throw an interception when you're not in a position to really throw one. The defense carried us this game. We really controlled, like, the time of possession this game. We had the ball I think it was about 38 minutes of the game. Just total control of the offense. The Browns' offense couldn't do anything. And it was just a great win by the Jaguars. So, in my next video, I am going to go a little further and talk about the Jaguars' chances when it comes to the Super Bowl. It's hard to say that, the Jaguars in the Super Bowl in the same sentence, and really be taken seriously. But this year we have a whole new team. We have a team that is 7-3 right now. We are winning games with the #1 defense in the NFL. Like, we're the #1 defense in so many categories, and it's a very good possibility that we could wind up actually having a chance at going to the Super Bowl. So look out for that video. Subscribe to me if you're not already subbed to me. And with all that said, this is UCF Jaguar with JinJag.com, and I'm out.
Who is the best undefeated college football team? Now, be honest. Be honest now. Who's the best?
Man, I'm probably going to say it's, the UCF. The UCF.
Oh, you got me going with that. I got excited for a second.
I'm going with UCF, man. You already know.